you look at Manchester United.
I don't know what these English people see. These English journalists, what do you see?
5. We need to see proof and evidence. And now, of course...
Have you seen anything?
No. Man United or any football club can't just keep hiring and firing managers, but they have to give time to the right person. It can't just be for the logic of, we always sack the managers after 2 years, let's give this guy 5. We need to see proof and evidence. And now, of course...
Have you seen anything?
No, if I'm being perfectly honest...
you've seen nothing
no.
at all?
No.
I've
got
always...
worse.
Yeah.
Since he come in, he's taken over from Eric Ten Hag, who had that team in a pitiful state, and they've got worse.
Yeah, by every metric, I don't think Ruben Amorim has succeeded. I've always said no one expects him to turn things around and allow Manchester United to reach the heights of Sir Alex Ferguson's era. But let's say, for example, they were really good at scoring loads of goals, but they leaked so many as well. That's something to build off, or vice versa. They were really strong at the back, but they struggled to get the ball in the back of the net. Again, something to work off. But when you look at it and you ultimately realise that they're making poor mistakes at the back, they're still struggling to score loads of goals, it just really worries me, and he's had enough of a body of work for us to assess, and simply he's not doing a good enough job.
Okay, but let's look at the games individually. There's been 4 games so far this season. Arsenal. Good against Arsenal, yeah or nay? Did you see any improvements against one of the Premier League favourites?
Sorry, Roy, but it was a good performance, but ultimately the classic saying, you show me a good loser and I'll show you a loser. They lost the game.
Do you know what, Addy? That was a terrible one. You know that Arsenal one? It's important to just drill down into that for a sec, because the way that they presented, or some people presented that, as being a successful day at the office for Manchester United.
That was actually quite scary for me.
Yeah.
When I saw that,
it was worrying.
Showed me where the club is.
Yeah.
When fans are going, oh, we played really well, I'm like, you lost the first game of the season at home.
Any positives losing to Arsenal?
Fulham, away, point.
Again, you know, you look at Manchester United's record, I think it was the first time in 8 games that they've gone to Craven Cottage and haven't left with all 3 points. So, although, you know...
Yeah, when you say like that, yeah.
Do you know, they're the types of games they should be winning. And there was so much optimism going into that, thinking, look, Arsenal, one of the favourites for the Premier League, whether or not we believe they'll get over the line is another conversation. But they're in the hat. So... there isn't too much to go off if you lose to them 1-0, despite their pretty poor record at Old Trafford as well. You go into that Fulham game and you think, right, this is it now. A load of optimism. These are the games that United used to slip up on. This one will be a resounding, comfortable victory. It was not that at all. They started the game off quite well, but again, the same problems. They look weak mentally. Physically, they look a little bit better, but ultimately just not quite up to scratch in what they're required to do. And, you know, we're starting already now to see this idea of Ruben Amorim hitting certain XG tables and all that kind of stuff, which for me, it really infuriates me. I actually saw someone post this online in terms of Eric Ten Hag and some of the metrics he was first on. So to give you an example, big chances missed. Eric Ten Hag's side, a month before he was sacked, were first in that category. They were second on clean sheets. XG, they were third. You can build it up however you want, but sometimes you just simply have to watch football and realise, unfortunately, Ruben Amorim is out of his depth.
Okay. The easiest thing to do is sack a manager. Who would you...
Well, look, I think there's two elements to this question. First and foremost, if someone is not good enough at their job, ultimately they have to lose it, and then you concern yourself with who's out there. That's just fact. If someone is not good enough at their job,
grass isn't always greener.
No, of course, but then you also look forward and you look at someone like Oliver Glasner. Now, the first thing people say is, well, he plays 3 at the back. My problem is not the 3 at the back at all. My issue is, if it's not working, you need to be able to adapt and change. I'm sorry, but you can't go to Liverpool away and play 3 at the back and then play Grimsby away and play 3 at the back as well. There needs to be an element of change or dynamism with your tactics. And unfortunately, he's so hell-bent on playing this 3 at the back, he's shoehorning people like Mason Mount at left wing back. It just makes no sense.
Do you know what? It really doesn't. And when you think about the other managers, Addy, you know when you said it there, well, who comes in then? And on some level, it's a very difficult question to answer, because there isn't a standout, obvious candidate for Manchester United. They actually appointed the standout, obvious candidate.
But he wasn't a standout at the time. When Ten Hag was about to get sacked, everyone said, who are you going to get in? And then they embarked on him, and everyone was so excited again. So
that's true. That's true, although it did feel like Ruben Amorim was the kind of young, noble, progressive appointment that Manchester United were waiting for, and ultimately they gave him the opportunity. But it is absolutely ridiculous that there is no doubt about what I'm about to say. Literally not controversial at all. Bournemouth have a better manager than Manchester United. Tottenham have a better manager than Manchester United. There is no doubt that Fulham have a better manager than Manchester United. There is no doubt that Crystal Palace have a better manager than Manchester United. And when you can reel it off like that, and you suddenly go, Is Amorim anywhere near as good a manager as Oliver Glasner? Obviously not. Is Amorim anywhere near as good a manager as Marco Silva? Obviously not. Is Amorim even in the same sport as a genius like Iraola? Obviously not. It's almost irrelevant who else comes in. You go, well, any one of the three that I've just said really is better than Amorim,
and they'd take the job as well. Let's be honest.
Of course, they take the job.
If Man United come knocking, I still think
jobs involved.
Yeah, I still think that juice is not quite in terms of the glass full, but there's still a bit there.
You know the scary thing about, and look, I agree for once with Rory about those managers. I agree, and we could go. I think there's more.
Yeah,
we could keep on going. The scary thing for him, I think, if Iraola, you look at that squad, and yes, these managers seem to be able to find sort of players from nowhere that cost £5 million. They turn them into £100 million players. Man United needs so much. Like it's so, like,
but they don't. But they don't.
No, they do. They do. They need a whole back line and a goalkeeper.
However,
they do. They need a whole back line and a goalkeeper.
That's not true. It's not true, Eddie. Because what happens is, and we've seen this time and time again, a club appoints a serious manager, and very quickly they become a serious club.
No.
We've seen it time and time again.
Who hasn't gone in and spent that they need? Like, De Ligt's not good enough. He's not good enough. Harry Maguire's not good enough. I mean, it depends actually what you're talking about. I'm talking about United going for a top four.
Unai Emery took over from Steven Gerrard. He went into the club and the club was resurrected almost on day dot.
I think they were in the relegation zone, weren't they, when he took over? So, you look at situations like that. Of course.
Serious manager creates a serious football club.
And the right appointment, and I know we've been saying it all of this time for Manchester United post-2013, but ultimately, I just cannot get behind a manager who says after the game against Arsenal can beat any team in the world and then loses to a League Two side. It just doesn't make sense. And there's a borderline between genius and insanity. And some of the things he's coming out with, he just looks so dejected from the job. It almost seems like he's trying to create that wedge between him and the squad, backdating all the way until he said that this is the worst Man United team in history, and saying these players really sent me a message.
Hiding.
You also said
I almost feel like it's a bit of a poison chalice. Like sometimes I look at that club and what's going on right now, and I think, good luck to anyone going up there and trying to turn it into a behemoth.
The right appointment takes that club to the top.
I feel like we've said that with. I feel like we said that with Van Gaal. I feel like we said that with Mourinho. I heard people said it of Amorim.
But
I feel like I've heard that before, and everyone he's gonna go and there's this manager who's winning stuff with Sporting Lisbon that's gonna come in. I feel like I've heard this before.
It is just not going to work with Amorim.
I think Glasner's fantastic. Yeah. I think right now you break the bank to get Glasner because he's obviously clearly peeved off with what's going on at Palace. This is the easiest time to get Glasner because I don't want to say he wants out, but. He wants out. He wants out, and he would love to go.
I just think that with regard to Amorim, you're like, if you believe that it isn't going to work, then what is the point in persevering for another month? What is the point in persevering for another potentially? Like, if you sack him, if you know you're going to sack him, what's the difference in doing it today, tomorrow, in 2 weeks, in 2 months, if you know that it's over? Because it's like being in a relationship, wouldn't it? You wouldn't persevere if you had a girlfriend and you know it'd all go. You knew that ultimately you were gonna part. You just get rid and then carry on, don't you? You can't start.
But when you've given that said manager, what, 250 million in the summer window?
That was just on the forward line alone.
Yeah, you're probably thinking
a new manager would need the forward line. A new he doesn't have the managerial ingenuity. Do you know what? I heard Paul Scholes talking on the overlap, and he said something so interesting. He said that a lot of the time when you play in a team, you can get a shock, can't you? Like the opponents put the team sheet under the dressing room door. You pick up the team sheet and they've done something different. There's a new shape. Something doesn't make sense. There's personnel playing out of position, or they've got an extra forward on the pitch. With Manchester United, it is so predictable. No manager has ever been shocked by anything that Ruben Amorim has ever done.
What about these stats, though? I know you hate stats, and I'm not a fan of it, but they're there, right? Total shots, Man United first, 55. Expected goals, Man United first, 6.8. Shots on target, Man United fourth. In front of Man United, by the way. This is where you know stats are bad. West Ham, a third. yeah. So maybe we don't look at stats. Touches in opposition box, Man United first. I mean, there are some stats that sound favourable.
Put that in the trophy cabinet.
Yeah, I just think when you're going to expected goals as your reason to keep this man at the job at Manchester United, I think we're in dark times. Look, it's all about narrative, isn't it? If you think that he's the right guy, then good luck to you. I wish you all the best, and I really hope that I'm wrong on this. I'd be the happiest person alive to say I'm wrong in terms of Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. But you can see it in front of you. You can see it with your own eyes. At the end of the day, there's been enough, as I've already said, enough body of work to be able to decide whether or not he he's got it in him.
Good luck to another manager coming in, because there's about
Yeah.
4 manager worth of players in that squad.
Still there, yeah.
Yeah, that every manager's decided, oh, these are the superstar. They have to stay because they're on 400 grand a week for 5 years. Another manager's going to have to come and he's going to have to be busy in the January transfer window and get rid of the rubbish that Amorim, Ten Hag and Oli.
Should have sacked him in Bilbao.
After
the night,
shouldn't have come
the
on.
night that
Should have gone on. You say that because
the only player that's paid
who's
left,
been- yeah,
like Garnacho's
Oh,
left, but
oh,
he's
you
left
mean
for
that?
different
Okay, in that
reasons.
sense, yeah,
The
yeah.
only player, like they went and they got beat by Tottenham in a European final. That should be out. You finished 15th and lose to Tottenham, and they're all welcome back. They're all still there.
Happy as Larry.
Bruno Fernandes is still the captain. Like, if you're the captain of the team that presides over the worst Manchester United team in Premier League history, almost out of responsibility.
look what he's
you fall
saying
on
now.
your sword.
This is a guy that was sticking up for Bruno back in the last season. I was literally trying to take his head off. He was sticking up for Bruno back in the last season. He was sticking up for Bruno. I remember it, and I was like, United fans do not like Bruno. Remember all the tweets and texts, and you were sticking up for him.
I was sticking up for him prior to him captaining a team that lose to Tottenham in a European final. That changes things.
Let us watch this thing, okay? Just check these people, what they talk about Manchester United. You understand? You will understand what I'm trying to say. I will show you a clip of TalkSport. I will show you what these people are talking about. I will show you. I will go back and screen record those small content creators I'm talking about here. These young boys, there are 2 people which they talk shit. I will not even show those people, but many of you will know the people I'm talking about. The other one is a white boy. The other one is a black boy. They talk like their life depend on this thing, Manchester United to fail. Let me tell you guys, you will not see it. And then I'm praying the club give Amorim chance, and then he shut their mouth. Understand? I want to know what you think in the comment section. Give me your opinion in the comment section. Understand? Because of this video, I wanted to do it for a long time, but I didn't have the time. But I said, look, no matter what I get, little time I get, I'm gonna show you guys. You see this media, what they talk about, you don't understand what is going on in the club. You don't know what is in the club. My brother, this man, do you know what he is doing in the club? This man is bringing many changes. For me, the only questions I have, which I'm sure many Manchester United supporters will have the same question to ask. Look, Malaysia. Look at Malaysia. No matter the drama, he's not even speaking about it. He's not speaking about it. And then how the club is treating him, I don't like it. To be quite honest, I will not lie. I don't like it because of my brother. This man is injury problem. Yes, that's right. But this man doesn't have even good chance in Manchester United. And if you see him, you will know this boy is a very hard-working guy. Just look at, and then one thing about these English people is that look at the situation of Garnacho. Look at the situation of Garnacho. How they make it more serious. Look at every journalist in there. They are saying Garnacho should go out. Garnacho should go. Manchester United should not give him chance. Blah blah blah. They are talking shit. But look, the situation of Kobe Mino. You see, the situation of Kobe Mino. Everybody is supporting. They are saying that Kobe Mino should not leave the club because of his English. Because of his English. Huh? My brother, what the coach said, everybody can see. Don't turn blind eye about it, my bro. The boy, yes, he's talented. Everybody can agree on that. But he's really slow. He's really slow. Let's talk the fact, boy, my brother. Let's talk the fact. The reality, man. He's slow. So the coach want him to work harder. Kobe Mino, if he work harder and then try to take the place in the sixth place, who because of we lack in that place. If he try hard and work that place, my brother, I swear to God, he will be there for long time. That can even confuse the how to call it the club. They will not even sign Baliba. Amiron believe in this boy. Just check the hard work Amiron is doing before you know it. Huh? Just check our players outside Manchester United right now, how they are playing in their international countries. Just check it, how they are playing, the way they run. They run the energy they have in them, the energy they have in them. Just check. Something is wrong in Manchester United. The players, I don't know what's happening. Even now, the coach is like somebody who is traumatized. I swear to God. The mouth are running from left to right. Play. What the fuck is that, man? I'm sorry for the foul word. My brother, before he came, before Cameroon came, everybody is saying that he's very good in talking about the media. He respond to question honestly, blah blah blah, talking shit. Now, if they ask him question, he answer honestly. Now they are saying this man is arrogant. This man is like that. This man is like that. What do you want? What do you want, my brother? If he do this, you say this man is like this. If he do that, you say this man is like that. My brother, come on, man. Be realistic. Be realistic. What do you guys want? What do you guys want, my brother? What do you guys want? Come on, man. Anyway, let me know. I'm not talking about those bullshit people. I want the real Manchester United fans to tell me what they think in the comment section. I know people will say rubbish in the comment section, but I don't care. I don't give a shit about it. You understand? But the people who know understand what I'm trying to say. Just give me your opinion. I will read some of the comment section. I could reply some people. Anyway, please like, subscribe, tune into the next video coming. Bye.